up, everyone? So, right now I'm sitting here in my house, brand new, just moved in. I don't even have a couch, so I need to work on that. But anyway, it's a really exciting day for me. I'm waiting on my Uber right now because I don't have a car at this second, but I'm about to go pick up my car in just a couple minutes here. Alright, so I've now owned the car for about 3 days. I've put about 470 miles on it already, and I can tell you so far, I'm in love with it. This new ZL1, the 6th gen ZL1, is an absolute monster. It's kind of almost scary how much power it has. Anything more than putting your foot down a third of the throttle on any gear besides 6th, it's just shocking how much power and torque it has, almost at any RPM. But really, you got to get well, peak torque comes in around 3,700 RPM, but even at about 2,000, 3,000 RPM, it still has a hell of a kick. We'll say it's surprisingly livable. Really, I mean, it's just like any other Camaro. You can totally get by using it as your daily driver, which this is, and not really have too much of an issue. I mean, I wouldn't say it has the space of a pickup, but other than that, I love it. We'll do a quick walk around. So I guess we'll do a quick, introduction, going over some of the key specifications of this car. So 650 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque. It's the LT4 engine that powers it. That's the same engine that's in the Corvette Z06. No really difference in power between the Z06 output and the one here for the ZL1 application. It's an interesting engine. It's a pushrod engine, so it's a very old-fashioned type architecture for an engine, but, you know, it's got variable valve timing, direct injection, some very new technologies. I shouldn't say brand new, but newer engine technologies and older engine architecture, having the cams at the bottom there. So pretty neat stuff. It's almost like a Frankenstein engine. And considering how everyone's going smaller displacement and turbos, it's kind of nice to have a big hunking V8 with a supercharger on it. Also, as you can see back here, these are the rear brakes, 4-piston, 295 millimeters. And in the front, we have 6-piston Brembo brakes, 390 millimeters. So it's the same diameter as the Z28 brakes from the 5th gen Camaro. However, these are steel and they are not carbon ceramic. But I can tell you, they're still very good at stopping the car. Now we'll take a quick look on the inside. This car has a lot of Alcantara. Alcantara everywhere. It's here on the door, inside of the door, the seats, and it covers just about most of the car. I'd say there's a lot more Alcantara than there is leather, which is pretty cool considering this car costs only around $65,000 depending on how you have it equipped. As you notice, this one is equipped with a 6-speed manual. It's essentially a modified gearbox from the SS, just able to handle more torque, and it's really not bad. It's not too notchy, not too heavy of a clutch. Very linear in terms of its throw and everything. So far I've been caught in traffic with it and I really haven't had too much of an issue. It comes equipped with Apple CarPlay. Every ZL1 is essentially equipped as though it is a 2LT Camaro. So you really don't have too many options on it besides aesthetics and a transmission, which is kind of nice. Comes with everything you need. So far, like I said, in terms of daily driving this car, owning it, it's been great. So if there's one thing I have to show you about this car, it's got to be the engine bay. It's beautiful, and there's so many cool things about it. So another thing I have to point out, if you like intercoolers, you'll love this car. This car has 11 different heat exchangers. It's ridiculous. So all those overheating issues that you heard with the LT4 and the Z06, you're not going to have them in this car. I know people who've driven the car for over a week on end, pushing it on the track, on the street, drag strip, whatever, haven't had an issue with overheating at all because it has 11 heat exchangers. That's crazy, but also really cool. You're probably thinking there's an intercooler here, and you're totally right, because there's a giant one there, and there's another one in here. Oh, okay, and you know what? You want to see another intercooler? There's one over here. Yep, that's like 3 right there. But wait, there's more, because if you look very, very closely on the floor there, you're actually going to see there's another intercooler that they keep laying horizontally along the bottom of the Camaro. Do you think that hood scoop looks cool? Yeah. Well, guess what? It's also functional. So, how about that front grille? They modified on the ZL1 to be able to take in more air, again, to help with cooling. And it also looks kind of menacing. As a matter of fact, the lead engineer, Aaron Link, during an interview said at night it looks like as though the car is trying to eat you. He said that's a good thing. That's exactly what I want to hear from a lead engineer of what is pretty much, well, a supercar for a normal car price. There are so many things about this car that I think just look awesome. It's pretty much as though you've taken a Camaro and tried to make it look like a Hot Wheels car. So let's do a quick rundown of some of the coolest looking things on this car. Flow tie. It has these really big rockers. Big ass front splitter. So now I'm sitting here inside the ZL1. They have very, very nice car seats that come standard on all the ZL1s. Incredibly supportive, really big, thick bolstering on the side. They're very comfortable, heated and cooled, which is nice for here in the El Paso weather to have, well, cooled seats because it gets very hot. But on top of that, in terms of just being great seats, like I said, there's Alcantara everywhere. Again, for a car this price point, that's awesome that they have this available as a standard feature. Very comfortable everywhere you rest, pretty much your arms, legs, whatever. It's just beautiful looking. I honestly, when I saw pictures of it, wasn't too impressed with the look of the interior, especially with all the the Alcantara. But now that I've actually sat in it, the fit and finish is surprisingly good for Chevrolet. I think they've been picking up their game quite a bit, and it looks awesome. So if anyone was curious, what does a 650 horsepower V8 sound like? Really bad ass. That's like one of the most American things since the sound of like... That is the most American sounding thing ever. So far, this is just kind of a quick video introduction of me picking up the car, my initial thoughts. I'm not really going to do any really in-depth review probably for a few months, but eventually what I am going to try and do is do a much longer, much more thorough, in-depth video and give you my thoughts after owning the car for a few months. Like I said, right now I've only driven it about for 3 days now, and it's been awesome, but I'm sure there's going to be some heartbreak or headaches along the way. So, like I said, this is pretty much my first vlog, and hopefully from here on we can do some cool, fun stuff with this car. Thanks for watching.